Okay, hi guys. So this section is core abdominals. So again, it's a section working the abs, really trying to engage core stability. So you're working the abs while you're trying to concentrate on maintaining that neutral spine while you're using other parts of the body, moving other limbs. Okay, so we're going to start in 4-point kneeling for this. So we want to get that position again that we've done in previous videos, where your hands are resting directly underneath your shoulders, your knees are directly underneath your hips. We're going to start with an exercise called leg pulling prone. Okay, so this exercise is just working on engaging the core while you transfer your body weight up to a lift, and then if you can onto a high plank position really. So we'll just start with the prep exercise. So your toes are butted down into the floor. Think about that neutral spine position, so that from a full arch to taking your stomach down towards the floor, bring yourself round to a mid position. So a small arch in your lower back, tailbone slightly lifted, tummy drawn in. So think again about the pelvic floor, drawing up and in, engaging into your lower abs. So our prep is just to take the breath in, breathe out to hover. So you bring your knees literally about 2 inches off the floor. Breathe in to hold, out to lower. Okay, let's just go through a few more of those. Breath in, breathe out to hover, in to hold, out to lower. Keep going. Good, 2 more. So you should feel the abs just engage as you hover the knees away from the floor and down. So if you find that that's hard enough, that's where you stick. If you're really struggling with your wrists, you could try that exercise down on your elbows, hovering the knees off the floor so that you're not having to force the wrists into extension. But try and do a few in 4-point kneeling if you can, because it's good to try and maintain that wrist mobility. It's something that a lot of us lose. So it is good to try and work through that range of movement regularly if you can. Now if you want to progress it, we're going to take the hands slightly forwards and slightly wider than shoulder distance. Keep that core engaged. This time we take off to a high plank once we've done the lift. So breath in, breathe out to hover, in to hold, out to push off to your high plank, hips down, tummy drawn in. Come back to the knee bend and lower. Let's go through that again. Breathe out to hover, push off, hips down, tummy in, back to the knee bend and down. Good, 3 more like that. Hover, push off, back to the knee bend and down. And again, into the high plank, hips low, back to the knee bend and down. And again, last time. And down, well done. Little rest, have a little stretch back. Lengthen out through the arms. Okay, we've just got 1 more exercise in this position. So we're going to just try and add to that if you want to. So if you're fine with the level we've just done, stick with it, do a few more of those, or if you're still here at the prep position, that's fine too. If you're able to, we're going to move into that high plank, and when we're in that position, we're going to try a leg lift. So same again, hands are just a little bit wider and more forwards than shoulder distance. Tummy drawn in, breath in to prepare, out to hover, push off. And if you can, keep those hips steady as you lift, lift. 1 more on each side. Back to your knee bend and down. And again, hover, engage the abs, push off, lift the legs. Trying to keep those hips level as you do it. Back to your knee bend and down. We're just going to do 2 more. Into the hover, push off, back to your knee bend and down. Last time, you'll be pleased to know, into the hover. Abs engaged, push off. Back to the knee bend and down. And stretch, good. Okay, have a little bit of a loosen up, reach those arms forwards, push your heels back to your bottom, back to your heels. And relax. Okay, so sit yourself up. We're just going to do now a roll up. So you're sitting, knees bent, up nice and tall. Now we've done an oblique roll up in our oblique and upper abs section. This one is just a pure roll up. And we're going to just make it bigger and bigger as we go on. Okay, so we're going to start with the arms above the head, tummy drawn in. You're rolling off the sit bones. C-shaped curve in your spine. Take yourself back to hover. Lead with the shoulders to roll back up. Arms above your head. Breath in. Breathe out, roll down. Hover. Take it to a point where it's challenging for you. Reach forwards. Arms up and down. Okay, now if you're comfortable with this level, I want you to carry on with it. If you feel able to, we can go for a full roll back. So rolling it down, C-shaped curve. Take yourself all the way down. Keep the arms above your head. Take them over your head. Bring them back up and forwards in line with your ears. Come forwards, roll up. C-shaped curve up to neutral. Keep it going. So now, if you feel like you really have to yank yourself off the floor, then I want you to stick with the range of roll down we started with. Because it's not going to do your back any good to be trying to hoik yourself up off the floor, pulling at the neck, overusing your hip flexors, and just pulling on your back. Rolling up, so you should be able to do a nice smooth movement to sit up. We're just going to do 2 more of those. Remember, you could just be doing that partial roll back. It's still challenging. It still works your tummy. We're going to do 1 more. All the way if you can. Keep those abs engaged, rolling up. And relax down. Well done. Relax the shoulders. Okay, now the next exercise does work our core. A little bit more focus actually on the reverse side of our body. So our posterior chain, glutes, back extensors, back of your arms. Just so that we're not spending this whole section working on the front of our body. Okay, so your legs are out straight. This is leg pull-in supine. So the opposite of what we did on our all-4 position. So the hands come behind you, your chest is lifted, head pointing directly forwards, tummy drawn in. You're going to engage the backs of the legs by pushing the heels down into the floor and lifting yourself up into a reverse plank. So breath in, breathe out, push through the heels, lift the hips, hover, breathe in and hold it. Breathe out to lower. Well done. And again, breath in, breathe out to lift the hips, push with the heels, bring yourself up to a nice straight line. You'll feel the backs of those arms working as well. Also nice stretch across the front of your chest. Keep it going, breathe out, push up, hover, and down. 2 more like that. Again, this is an exercise that if you're struggling with your wrists, you could do it down here on your elbows. You can be pushing up. The movement won't be as great, but you're still going to be engaging through that posterior chain of muscle. Okay, so next set, we're going to try and do the leg lift like we did in the leg pull-in prone. Okay, so tummy drawn in, chest lifted, shoulders down and back. Pushing again with the heels, push down into the floor, up to a hover, breathe out, lift your right leg, lift your left leg. One more each side. Control it down. Good, okay. And again, push through those heels. Engage those muscles in the backs of your legs, lift. Good for the hamstrings and the glutes, one more each side. Keep those hips as level as you can. Control it down. Well done, 2 more. Breathe out to lift. Lift the right leg and the left. One more each side. Control it down. Well done, one more. Breathing out to lift. And right leg up, hips level, left leg, one more each side. Lower it down and relax. Well done, give your shoulders a roll. We're nearly there, we've only got one more exercise to do. Okay, so this one's a bit of fun really. You're sitting up tall. I apologise in advance if I completely mess it up. I wouldn't say I'm an expert at this at all. You're going to take hold of the ankles. Your elbows are pushed against your knees and your knees are pushed against your elbows. So you're kind of counter pressure from both sides there just to keep yourself nice and steady. This is rolling like a ball. Okay, so it's an exercise where we will engage the core, we will work the stomach, but you'll mobilise your spine as well. You're going to roll back, so make sure you're on a softish surface. Bring yourself up to hover. So your feet are lifted up off the floor, you're hovering there, tummy drawn in, C-shaped spine. Breath in, we're going to roll back and back to this position and hold it. Here we go, breath in, breathe out, roll back, back to hover, good. And again, off we go. Up to the hover. 2, 3 more. And hover, well done, good. 2 to go. Oh, just missed it. And again, last one. And hold. Well done, good, and relax. So let's have a little stretch. You're going to just again lie down on your back. Take the arms wide, drop the knees to one side. Back to the centre, drop them to the other side. And then because we've worked that posterior chain as well, we're just going to combine the stretch. So bring yourself back to the centre. I want you to bring your right knee into your chest, lengthen your left leg out straight, and then straighten that right leg up to the ceiling and take it over your body as far as you can comfortably, just to lengthen your hamstrings through the glutes. Back to the centre and relax down. Hug your left leg into your chest, straighten out the right. Stretch the left leg up to the ceiling, arms wide, and then take that leg over your body and stretch. Back to the centre, bend the knee, hug both knees into your chest, nice little rock side to side. Pop the feet down and then just pop yourself onto your side, push yourself up into sitting and relax. Good, okay, so that's your core abdominal section done. Well done, thank you.